Photoshop. Um, this is my start image. I have put it through the Nike HDR2 just to bring out some detail in the sky and in the building on the right hand side. Now, first of all, I want to go into the easy panel. Here we have it, and I'm going to select the midtones. And if you go over to the right hand side, you can see the computer working away. I'm using a smaller image than normal, a small JPEG, just to give the thing a chance with the Zoom recording. Now we've got what EasyPanel have done is given us a selection of 6 masks, and the number 1, very little has been selected, and number 6 and has almost every right the way through. And I think what I need for this one is probably somewhere in the 4. Let's have a look at 4. So here we've got number 4, select 4, and everything white is selected. And I think that might be a little bit too much. Let's go down to 3. Now that's probably where I'm at. I want to brighten up this foliage here and the building. And so and I said make a selection. Now we've got our marching ants. They're going to go onto another layer, Control J. And we've selected, if I turn this off, you can see what's been selected and what's left out. And I'm going now to my adjustment layers, and I select a curves adjustment layer. And the important thing is, the first thing, I need to clip it. So I go down to this little thing at the bottom here with the arrow pointing down. If I click on that, we see on the layers, the arrows here, and the layer mask is jumped over to the right. So any alterations I make now will only happen to the midtones. And I'm just going to brighten them up. There we go. And I want to be a bit more selective with that. And so what I'm doing, I've got a border all the way around the layer mask, which tells me that that is active. And if I press Control or Command and I for invert, the mask has gone black, and there's so that none of the effect of what I've done on that layer is disappeared completely. I need a brush now. The brush is selected. If I right click on the brush, it'll allow me to just, I want the hardness down to nothing, so maximum feather. And I get, yeah, it's quite a large brush, but that's fine. Let's go down just a little bit. Okay, and now the foreground color is black, and I need to change that to white because we've got a black mask, and we want to bring through the brightened midtones. Without brightening the sky. And now I select the background again, and I'm going into the easy panel, and I want the darks. And here it goes working away again. And I think let's have a look at 2. Now, everything that's white is selected. Everything that isn't, obviously isn't selected. And that's a good area. If I go up to sort of 5, not so much. Let's try a 4. Okay, I'm going to go with 4. So make a selection. We click on that. Here's my dancing marching ants again. Control J. Puts them on another layer, and the same as before. I want a curves adjustment layer. There we go, and remember to clip it. There we go. So that should line up with that one on there. We've got our arrow coming down there, and then just bring the darks down. There we go. And so what we've done here is try to select the bottom one, hold down the shift key and click on the top one, and control and G for group. Lost my mouse. There we go. And we can see the effect or not. So that's where we started, and that's what we've done. The changes are quite subtle, but they're accurate. What I'm going to do now is right click on there and just flatten the image. I don't like to have a lot of layers when I'm working. I'm quite prepared to start again if I get it wrong, if I can't go back in the history. I was privileged to go to a workshop with Irene Froy, and most of her images, if she didn't have 30 layers, then she wasn't trying. Okay, so let's just pop into there and take a snapshot. Back up in there. So that was where we started, and that's where we are at the moment. Okay, and now another sort of another way, and I mean this is not how Jimmy McIntyre intended maybe the software to be used, but this is the way. This is what I use it for. And another one is dead handy for toning, and I'm going to do that now. I'm going to go into Easy Panel and select once again midtones. Yeah, and let's go for somewhere in the middle. 3, 4, 3. Make a selection. Control J. And we go back into our adjustment layers, and this time I want the hue and saturation. Once again, always clip it so that with the adjustments we make, it's only to the layer that we're working on. And colorize. And let's put in something like that's a naught at the moment. A 19 usually works for me. Oh, that's 196. Not quite what I was looking for. 19. Okay. And I'm back into the easy panel again. and I wish the brights this time. And let's try bright 2. There we go. Bright 5. That's more like it. And make a selection. And this time, rather than create another layer as before, I'm just going to, my layer mask is active. We've got the border all the way around it. And I'm just going to take a brush and paint with black at 100%. Control D for deselect. And what we've got now is I've got the whites as whites, the mid-tones as toned. Go back into background layer again, and this time to select the darks. And number 4 usually. Yes, and so once again, everything light is selected, that's fine. I'm going to make a selection. Control J. Once again, going into my adjustment layer, that's the history. And this time, and again, select hue and saturation, clip it, colorize, and then go into the blue. So now my darks have got blue, my whites are white, and the mid-tones should be sepia. Once again, let's sort of flatten the image and go into the take a snapshot. And one thing I quite often do with water, a simple thing, I take the lasso and just roughly select the water. I'll right click, allow me to feather. And the feather radius 66. That's worked on this image. I've used it before, and that's fine. I'll go with that. Control J, and if we turn the background layer off, we can see that we've got a really nice feather into it. Just got the main water, and change the blending mode to overlay. Probably a little bit too mighty. Let's go down one to soft light. That's better. And maybe reduce the opacity to about 75%. That's good. And what are we doing with? We're just bringing out, making the water stand out a little bit more. And this history again. Let's do another snapshot. So there we started. Done the contrast, the darks and the lights. We've added some color, and we just lift it out of the water a little bit. Yeah, that's really what it's all about. If you go on to Jimmy McIntyre's site Shutter Evolve, that he's got numerous tutorials about how maybe he envisaged Shutter Easy Panel 2 to be used, but this is the way that I use it.